We do have girls that Sonya and I, as teachers and mentors, we feel like they probably are gay, and that's never come out of their mouths, and we've known them for years. And I'm just curious, like, because there are going to be teen girls listening to this, like, what is your advice? And obviously when it feels right, and that's when you share it with people. But a little deeper than that, do you have any advice of how to come out to your parents or your friends or a teacher, just so you
or
can,
even if you're just internally struggling,
right, or write it down in your journal, like,
Yeah. I think the first and the best advice I can give is to the people in the lives of the person trying to come out. We read into everything. There are so many comments that friends or family members said that I've talked to them since, and they don't have any recollection of saying something, but it carried so much weight in my heart when I was struggling with trying to come out and struggling to accept myself. So
can you give an example of that?
Yeah, I remember one time, my mom has been supportive since day one, but it took me a long time to come out to her because I was just terrified that it would change our relationship. And one time she said to me, "You're not gay, are you?" And she didn't mean to phrase it that way. But in my head, I was like, oh, she's hoping that I'm not. She is saying, like, "You're not this, right? Like, please don't be this." And she, like I said, she has no recollection of saying that whatsoever. It was a throwaway comment to her. But to me, that showed I'm not going to accept you. So I think if you are questioning someone in your life might be gay, don't just ask them. That could make them extremely uncomfortable. I had a random guy in high school be like, "Are you gay, Cam?" And he didn't mean to be rude, but I panicked. Just throw out little comments of support, whether you're watching a show and there's a gay couple on it. Maybe the show's just boring. Keep it on. Say something about it. Say something about how they're a cute couple, or just normalize it for that gay person in your life. I think that's where I can really give advice to the people who aren't questioning their sexuality.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah, that is good advice.
Yeah, I think it's important. And for those who are questioning themselves or wanting to come out to somebody, I think to start with your family members, because I think that's maybe the scariest. I think with friends, a lot of times we feel a lot more safe, but understand that they might take some time, and that a poor reaction or an underwhelming reaction doesn't mean a bad reaction. Your parents have been thinking about you and who you are since before you were born. I think about what my future kids will be like, and there's no way they're going to be exactly that. So they just need some time to kind of reframe and rethink. A lot of times if you have traditional parents, my mom was worried that I wasn't going to get married. And I was like, "What do you mean? Of course I'm going to get married. I want kids." Like, nothing else about me changes.
Right.
So give the people in your life time to process, like you needed time to process with yourself. Exactly. And that doesn't mean that they are not going to accept you and love you. So I think coming out once you feel good about yourself makes it easier. I regret taking a really long time, but in hindsight, it worked out because I felt so confident in who I was once I was coming out. I didn't care if I got a negative reaction. I was at a place where I felt good, and I knew I was going to surround myself with people who were supportive and loving. So if people didn't, it was easier to let them go. I luckily didn't have to let people go, but I was fully prepared to do that. So yeah, find your little support system. Tell the people that are going to help you feel comfortable with who you are and who are going to lift you up. And then you can expand that as you feel comfortable. There's no rush. There's no timetable of you having to do it.
Yeah, it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all situation.
Exactly.
Most things in life aren't, but definitely this. And thanks for being so truthful. It's really helpful.